أهلا يا إمام الشهداء، أهلا أهلا يا أمير النجباء، أهلا أهلا يا مصباح هدى، أهلا أهلا يا سفينة النجاة. طلع البدر حسين وما أدراك ما قدر حسين، طلع الفجر حسین. جهان یک کوچه از شهر حسین، طلع الفجر حسین. جهان یک کوچه از شهر حسین. شکران شکران به میلاد حسین، اولادم فدای اولاد حسین. شکران شکران به میلاد حسین، اولادم فدای اولاد حسین. انا مجنون حسین تا روز محشر مدیون حسین، انا مجنون حسین تا روز محشر مدیون حسین. اهلا اهلا یا نور الثقلین، اهلا اهلا یا مولانا حسین، اهلا اهلا یا مصباح هدى، اهلا اهلا یا امام عالمین. ظهر النجم شرف و ما ادراک ما در نجم، ظهر النجم شرف و ما ادراک ما در نجف. اهلا اهلا یا مصداق علی، اهلا اهلا یا اشراق علی، اهلا اهلا یا مصداق علی، اهلا اهلا یا اشراق علی. طلع البدر حسین و ما ادراک ما قدر حسین، طلع البدر حسین، طلع البدر حسین و ما ادراک ما قدر حسین. اهلا اهلا یا امام الشهداء، اهلا اهلا یا امیر النجباء، اهلا اهلا یا مصباح هدى، اهلا اهلا یا سفینة النجاة. طلع البدر حسین و ما ادراک ما قدر حسین، طلع الفجر حسین. جهان یک کوچه از شهر حسین، طلع الفجر حسین. جهان یک کوچه از شهر حسین. شکران شکران به میلاد حسین، اولادم فدای اولاد حسین. شکران شکران به میلاد حسین، اولادم فدای اولاد حسین. انا مجنون حسین تا روز محشر مدیون حسین، انا مجنون حسین تا روز محشر مدیون حسین. اهلا اهلا یا نور الثقلین، اهلا اهلا یا مولانا حسین، اهلا اهلا یا مصباح هدى، اهلا اهلا یا امام عالمین. ظهر النجم شرف و ما ادراک ما در نجم، ظهر النجم شرف و ما ادراک ما در نجف. اهلا اهلا یا مصداق علی، اهلا اهلا یا اشراق علی، اهلا اهلا یا مصداق علی.
ومعدن العلم وأهل بيت واحد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد صلوات. الفلك الجارية في اللجج الغامرة يأمن من ركبها ويغرق من تركها. المتقدم له مارد والمتأخر عنهم زاهد واللازم له لاحق. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد صلوات. الكهف الحسين وغياث الضر المستكين وملجأ الهاربين وعسعس المعتصمين صلوات. صلاة كثيرة تكون اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد الطيبين الأبرار الأخيار الذين أوجبت حقوقهم وفرضت طاعتهم وولايتهم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد واعمر قلبي بطاعته ولا تخزني بمعصيته وارزقني مواساة من قدرت عليه من رزقك بما وسعت علي من فضلك ونشرت علي من عدلك وأحييتني تحت ظلك. وهذا شهر نبيك سيد رسلك شعبان الذي حفظته منك بالرحمة والرضوان، الذي كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم يذهب في صيامه وقيامه في لياليه وأيامه بخوعا لك في إكرامه وإعظامه إلى محل حمامه. اللهم فاعنا على الاستنان بسنته فيه ونيل الشفاعة لديه. اللهم واجعلني شفيعا مشفعا وطريقا إليك مهيعا واجعلني له متبعا حتى ألقاك يوم القيامة عني راضيا وعن قلوبي راضيا قد أوجبت لي منك الرحمة والرضوان وأنزلتني دار القرار ومحل الأخيار. صلى الله عليه وسلم. Inshallah, you pay attention. This is the salawat of the month of Sha'ban. We can continue reciting. Among the words that we said was, Ya Allah, this is the month of Sha'ban, the month of your Prophet, the month the Prophet fasts. He fasted in this month, he prayed in this month. Ya Allah, help us to follow the sunnah, the way, the tradition of the Prophet in this month, and be able to, inshallah, be on the path of Prophet. And of course, continuously, we send the salawat, we send peace and blessings upon the Prophet. One of the amal, the best actions of month of Sha'ban is to recite salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
سر میذارم رو خاک قدماش میمیرم صدها بار از یه نگاش سر میذارم رو خاک قدماش میمیرم صدها بار از یه نگاش رحم خدا میباره از دست دعاش زنگ دلم میریزه از زنگ صداش خطراست که نوشته شده یا حسین رو پراش پیغام منو میبره تا به کرب و بلاش خطراست شده یا حسین رو پراش پیغام میبره تا به کرب و بلاش تا به کرب و بلاش الحمدلله الذی خلق الحسین من نور من نور من نور من نور من نور الحمدلله الذی با قرآن ای جان آیات الرحمن ای تفسیر اسمت با قرآن ای جان آیات الرحمن مرج البحرین یلتقیان بینهما برزخ لا یبغیان مریم علی و زهرا لؤلؤ مرجان لؤلؤ حسن و توی تو مرجان ای جان ای جان ای جان مریم علی و زهرا لؤلؤ مرجان لؤلؤ حسن و توی تو مرجان ای جان ای گوهر حق جلوه بی بدل حسین ای جان ای جان ای جان ای جان ای جان ای گوهر حق جلوه بی بدل حسین ای جان ای جان ای جان ای جان ای جان فتراست که نوشته شده یا حسین رو پر پیغام منو میبره تا به کرب و فتراست یا حسین پیغام منو میبره تا به کرب و بلاش تا به کرب و بلاش الحمدلله الذي خلق الحسين من نور من نور من نور من نور من نور الحمدلله الذي بری پابند گهوارت روح الامین گهوارت آرام عرش بری پابند گهوارت روح الامین خاک شهیدای تو خورشید زمین تاج شهنشاهانی ای شاه ترین ای حب و ولایت تو همه هستی دین من سجده کنم به خدای حسین آفرین ای حب و ولایت تو همه هستی دین من سجده کنم به خدای حسین آفرین شب زیارت السلام علی الحسین از دور از دور از دور از دور از دور شب زیارت السلام علی الحسین از دور از دور از دور از دور از دور فتراست که نوشته شده یا حسین رو پرا پیغام منو میبره تا به کرب و بلاش فتراست که نوشته شده پیغام منو میبره تا به کرب و بلاش تا به کرب و بلاش الحمدلله الذي خلق الحسين من نور سر میذارم رو خاک قدماش میمیرم صدها بار از یه نگاش سر میذارم رو خاک قدماش میمیرم صدها بار از یه نگاش رحم خدا میباره از دست دعاش زنگ دلم میریزه از زنگ صداش فتراست که نوشته شده یا حسین رو پراش پیغام میبره تا به کرب و بلاش فتراک بوده یا حسین رو پراش پیغام میبره تا به کرب و بلاش تا به کرب و بلاش الحمدلله الذی خلق الحسین من نور
Abbasi, Brother Karimi, Brother Said Mir Ahmad Shai Nazari, and of course Haj Muallim Hamkar, inshallah. If there is anybody from the sister side, please let me know so I can give you some time as well for participation. Otherwise, we will move on to our third session, which will be the Ajaga Mudarris' speech. And after speech, there's going to be a game played tonight as well, inshallah. If I can have everyone's attention again, my sisters, please, if I can have your attention. I ask Brother Jamal Amili to come forward and recite Surah Fajr from the beginning to the end. Please, for the help of himself and his family, please say aloud salawat. Allah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والفجر وليال عشر والشف والوتر والليل إذا يسر هل في ذلك قسم لذي هجر ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بعاد إرم ذات العماد التي لم يخلق مثلها في البلاد والثمود الذين جابوا الصخر بالواد وفرعون ذي الأوتاد الذين طغوا في البلاد فأكثروا فيها الفساد فصب عليهم ربه صوت عذاب إن ربك لبالمرصاد فأما الإنسان إذا ما ابتلاه ربه فأكرمه ونعمه فيقول ربي أكرمن وأما إذا ما ابتلاه فقدر عليه رزقه فيقول ربي أهانن كلا بل لا تكرمون اليتيم ولا تحضون على طعام المسكين وتأكلون التراث أكلا لما وتحبون المال حبا جما كلا إذا دكت الأرض دكا دكا وجاء ربك والملك صفا صفا وجيء يومئذ بجهنم يومئذ يتذكر الإنسان وأنى له الذكرى يقول يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي فيومئذ لا يعذب عذابه أحد ولا يوثق وثاقه أحد يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية فادخلي في عبادي وادخلي جنتي.
سوگند به سپید دم و سوگند به 10 شب و سوگند به جفت و طاق و سوگند به شب آنگاه که به پایان می رسد. آیا در این سوگندها نشانه برای اهل خرد نیست؟ آیا نمی بینی که پروردگار تو با قوم عاد چه کرد؟ با شهر ارم با ستونهای با عظمتش که همانند آن در همه این سرزمین به وجود نیامده بود و با قوم ثمود آنان که صخره‌های عظیم را در کوهها و دره‌ها می بریدند و با فرعون دارنده آن تیرها و چهارمیخها همه آنان که در سرزمینها طغیان کردند و فساد را روی فساد افزودند پس پروردگارت تازیانه عذابهای گوناگون را بر سرشان فرو بارید، زیرا که پروردگار تو مراقب و ناظر است. اما انسان آنگاه که پروردگارش او را بیازماید گرامیش دارد و نعمتش دهد، پس میگوید پروردگارم گرامیم داشته است. و اما آنگاه که او را بیازماید و مقدار روزیش را تنگ و محدود کند، پس میگوید پروردگارم خوارم کرده است. نه، چنین نیست، بلکه شما یتیمان را محترم نمی شمارید و یکدیگر را به غذا دادن به مستمن ترغیب نمی کنید و میراث را حریصانه می خورید و مال را بی اندازه و بسیار دوست دارید. نه، چنین نیست، آنگاه که زمین خرد و متلاشی شود و پروردگارت بیاید و فرشتگان صف در صف بیایند و دوزخ در آن روز رو به رو آورده شود و آن روز آدمی پند خواهند گرفت، ولی این پند چه سود برایش دارد؟ خواهد گفت ای کاش پیشا پیش چیز برای زندگی فرستاده بودم، برای زندگی آینده فرستاده بودم. پس در آن روز هیچ کس را به سختی عذاب او عذاب نخواهد کرد و هیچ کس را چون به بند کشیدن او به بند نخواهند کشید. بر رستگار شدگان گفته خواهد شد ای نفس آرامش یافته و به یقین رسیده، خوشنود از کارهایت به سوی پروردگارت بازگرد که در نظر او پسندیده هستی و در میان بندگان من داخل شو.
By the dawn, by the 10 nights, by the even and the odd, by the night when it departs. Is there an oath in that for one possessing intellect? Have you not regarded how your Lord dealt with the people of Ad, Aram, the city of pillars, the like of which was not created among cities, and the people of Thamud who hollowed out the rocks in the valley, and Pharaoh, the impaler? Those who rebelled against Allah in their cities and caused much corruption in them, so your Lord poured on them lashes of punishment. Your Lord is indeed in ambush. As for man, whenever his Lord tests him and grants him honor and blesses him, he says, my Lord has honored me. But when he tests him and tightens for him his provision, he says, my Lord has humiliated me. No, indeed, no, you do not urge the feeding of the needy. You eat your inheritance rapaciously and love wealth with much fondness. No, indeed, when the earth is leveled to a plain, and your Lord arrives with the angels in the ranks, the day when hell is brought near, man will take admonition on that day. But what will admonition avail him? He will say, alas, had I sent ahead for my life. On that day none shall punish as he punishes, and none shall bind as he binds. O soul at peace, return to your Lord, pleased and pleasing. Then enter among my servants and enter my paradise.
آل محمد.
صلى على محمد. Three Mawlid and three occasions tonight. Let's start with the 3rd of Sha'ban, which was on Tuesday, was birth anniversary of Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam. I know we have multiple, mashallah, people who are named after this, but I have to choose one person to represent everyone else. I'm going to start mostly with the youngsters in the children's section, inshallah, to come and cut the cake. Muhammad Hussain, are you here? John? Children, John. No, Muhammad Hussain Khan. Is he here or no? That's the youngest Hussain as far as I know. Is that one of the youngest one we have? Let's see. If not, then him. Do we have Muhammad Hussain or no? MashaAllah, not even one answer come from. Is Hussain here? No. Okay, Hussain is not here. So who is the next Hussain in line? We have a younger one. So I know we have Dr. Muhammad Hussain here. So let's go with Majid Hussain, you said? So let's inshallah recite a salawat for Majid Hussain to come forward with the salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Please come forward. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Let's see if we have to come from this way. I think this is the best way. You have to go through this loop thingy. Yes. Is to the right. To the right is the yes. Yes. You can cut anyone you like. Choose one. Now you recite a salawat for him. He's gonna cut the cake. Allah. Go ahead. Salli ala Muhammad. A round of applause for our brother Majid Hussain. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's it. You got it. Thank you so much. So, thank you so much. And now we go to our Father Abbas, which was on Wednesday. So we have multiple Abbas as well, as far as I know. Are you the youngest Abbas, or we have a younger Abbas? Oh, do you have a younger Abbas? Yeah. Oh, yes, we do. Come here, mashallah. So we have an Abbas coming. Come. You're escorting him, or you have an Abbas in your name too? Yeah. What's your name?
Hassan Abbas Razak.
Hassan Abbas Razak, and we have Ali Abbas, right? So the two of you come. And this Abbas, we have 3 Abbases. MashaAllah, Abbas al-Bakri. Give him a round of applause, a proper one. Okay. Let's go forward. Let's go forward. One step forward. You can go here, here. Go here. Thank you. So I'm going to ask all of them to do one cut, and we're going to recite a salawat first for Hassan Abbas. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Thank you. And now for Ali Abbas. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Thank you. And now for Abbas al-Bakri, we're going to recite a salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. MashaAllah. Give 3 of them a round of applause until they sit. Thank you, guys. And that brings us to the final one, which is we have Zainul Abidin. I know we have one Zainul Abidin, but he did cut the cake for another Imam. Which Imam he did cut the cake? Zain. You cut the cake for which Imam? Was Imam Ali? Or Ahmad was Prophet? Because you have Ahmad or... Yeah, you did it for Prophet. Okay, let's see. Do we have another Sajjad in that category? Okay. Technically, Milad means birthday. So every birthday we should call for Milad to come forward. I'm going to call Milad Zarabi to come and cut the cake. Recite a salawat for Milad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. And give him a round of applause. He did the translation as well. And here, this one. Thank you. As I said, I know many, alhamdulillah, we have many Alis, many Abbases, all of them. But I wanted to, inshallah, represent those who did not cut the cake before. Thank you, everyone, for the well-being of everyone who's here and all the followers of the Ahlul Bayt and all those who love Imam al-Hussain, Hazrat Abbas and Imam Zainul Abidin. Please recite a salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli.
Thank you, Ajaga Modares, for cutting the cake. I know it sometimes seems more harder than the entire program, but for the help of everyone and all those kids and everybody who came and cut the cake, salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. خب یک پیس کلان برو. We will continue our program with poetry and articles at this moment. At the beginning, I would like to ask Brother Karimi to come forward, and he has prepared a short poem for everyone to present what he has prepared for us. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. ولادت امام حسین علیه السلام، امام سجاد علیه السلام و حضرت عباس علیه السلام مبارک باد. طلوع ماه شعبان، ماه رسول الله صلی الله علیه و آله و سلم، مطلق نور، ماه آماده سازی روح برای وارد شدن به ضیافت الله بر عموم شیعیان مبارک باشه. صلوات. در اسلام ذکرهای زیادی هست. یک ذکری هست که همه میدونیم اسمش ذکر جهانیه و اون نام حسین است. از خواهران و برادران خواهش می شود کلمه حسین را با هم بگیم. رأس همه خوبیا حسین، یک نقطه احتکا حسین، ارباب مشکل گشا حسین، قصه پرماجرا حسین، ذریح شیش گوش زده تنه و عرش و جنت خدا حسین، میبرد کربلا ماها را، میگه من اسم و دوا حسین، میگه ذکر و شفا حسین، گل پسر مرتضی حسین، یوسف حضرت زهرا، تمام مخلوقات خدا دست به شبیه هستند بر حسین، به دنیا میشناسند مرز و جغرافیا حسین، از اروپا و آسیا، قاره استرالیا، حتی تو قلب افریقا، بگیر برو تو آمریکا، اون سر دنیا چینیا، تا قله هیمالیا، شالیرزار شمالیا، نخلستون جنوبیا، فقط حسین ای دنیا. این ذکر جهانی شده الحمدلله، این ذکر جهانی شده الحمدلله. عالم امارت امام حسین، تحت کفالت امام حسین، کربلا بیعت امام حسین، شکوه و شیکت امام حسین، عشقی که تو قلب ما نشسته همه با رحمت امام حسینه. میگن شفای درد مریضا همه تو تربت امام حسینه. هیئت امت امام حسینه، خاتم در خدمت امام حسینه، کرم که خصلت امام حسینه، اینا طبیعت امام حسینه. همه منو میشناسن و میگن بچه هیئت امام حسینه. اسم حسین محور وحدت، این ذکر ملت امام حسینه. اروپا و آسیا، قاره استرالیا، حتی تو قلب افریقا، بگیر برو تا آمریکا، اون سر دنیا چینیا، تا قله هیمالیا، شالیرزار شمالیا، نخلستون جنوبیا، فقط حسین ای دنیا. این ذکر جهانی شده الحمدلله. حسین صلوات.
خب با تشکر و سپاس فراوان از آقای کریمی و از شعر زیبایشان، حالا هم از محترم آقای عباسی خواهش میکنم که تشریف برن و مطلبی که در نظر گرفتن به سمع شما برسانند. صلوات علی محمد و آل محمد.
سلام علیکم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. میلاد عزیز و دردانه رسول خدا، گل زهرا، کعبه دلها، حسین ابن علی علیه السلام و مظهر وفاداری و ایثار، پرچمدار کربلا، قمر بنی هاشم، حضرت ابوالفضل عباس علیه السلام و زینت سجده کنندگان، حضرت امام زین العابدین، بر شما عزیزان مبارک باد. صلوات. شعبان شد و پیک عشق از راه آمد. شعبان شد و پیک عشق از راه آمد. عطر نفس بقیت الله آمد. با جلوه سجاد و ابوالفضل و حسین، یک ماه و 3 خورشید در این ماه آمد. صلوات. برخیز که نور ازلی می آید، بر عالم ایجاد نور ولی می آید. مجموعه حسن و عشق و ایثار و کرم، یعنی که حسین ابن علی می آید. میلاد گل رسول و زهرا و علی است، زیرا که جهان خجسته زین نور جلی می آید. ما را دگر از روز جزا بیمی نیست. ما را دگر از روز جزا بیمی نیست، چون بر دل ما عشق حسین ابن علی می آید. این قسمت رو خواهش میکنم با دست همراهی بفرمایید، با اجازه حاج آقا. گل گلخانه آل محمد، گل گلخانه آل محمد، حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد. حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد. گل گلخانه آل محمد، گل گلخانه آل محمد، حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد. حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد. دوباره نخل کوثر بارو برداد، دوباره نخل کوثر بارو برداد. خدا بر فاطمه زیبا پسر داد، خدا بر فاطمه زیبا پسر بود. سراپا چون علی آمد خوش آمد. حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد. حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد. گل گلخانه آل محمد، گل گلخانه آل محمد، حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد. گل خودخانه آل محمد، حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد. به صبح 3 شعبان چه زیبا، به صبح 3 شعبان چه زیبا. گلی شد زیور دامان زهرا، گلی شد زیور دامان زهرا. امام عاشقان آمد خوش آمد. حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد، حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد. زمین و آسمان غرق سرور است، زمین و آسمان غرق سرور است، که حق با این تجلی در ظهور است، که حق با این تجلی در ظهور است. امام عاشقان آمد خوش آمد، حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد، حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد. گل گلخانه آل محمد، گل گلخانه آل محمد، حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد، حسین ابن علی آمد خوش آمد. صلوات.
خب با تشکر و سپاس فراوان از محترم آقای عباسی و از مطلب زیبایشان، حالا هم از محترم سید میر احمد شاه نظری خواهش میکنم که تشریف بیارن و مطلب را که تهیه کردن را به سمع شما برسانند. صلوات علی محمد و آل محمد.
السلام علیکم و رحمت الله و برکاته. سال روز ولادت ائمه اطهار و حضرت ابوالفضل عباس را تبریک و تهنیت میگویم. در این رابطه شعر و سرودی آقای کربلایی را محضر شما میخوانم تا جهت شادی روح این مداح و شاعر بزرگ صلوات جلی ختم بفرمایید. ملک هستی را خدا امشب چراغان کرده است، عرش را زینت پی اجلال جانان کرده است. از برای مقدم شاهنشه کون و مکان، عالمی ایجاد را از نو گلستان کرده است. چهچه بلبل کنار گل به یاد روی او، غلغله بر پا میان شاخساران کرده است. جامه بر تن چاک گل بنموده از شوق و شعف، خویش را آماده بر تجلیل مهمان کرده است. این همه شور و نشاط و وجد میدانی ز چیست؟ حق به زهرا و علی فرزند احسان کرده است. به چه فرزندی که نام نامیش باشد حسین، آنکه عالم را ز کار خویش حیران کرده است. زهره امشب می کند نجوا به گوش مشتری، گوید از شمس از افق خود را نمایان کرده است. یعنی آن نور و علی نوری که در قرآن بود، آشکارا در جهان خلاق سبحان کرده است. نور چشم مصطفی بدر الدجا شمس الضحی، خانه شیر خدا را نور باران کرده است. شمس از برج امامت جلوگر شد در جهان، که از طلوع خود دو عالم را درخشان کرده است. کوه و دشت و باغ را از نکهت گیسوی او، خالق کون و مکان غالیه افشان کرده است. آمدان معجز نمای که از دم جان بخش خود، کار صد عیسی و موسی و سلیمان کرده است. آمدان انوار ربانی که از نور رخش، مهر عالم تاب را با جلوه تابان کرده است. آمدان شیرین زبانی که از سر صدق و صفا، بوسه بر لبهای او ختم رسولان کرده است. آن که گفتا در رحم از غیب با مادر سخن، آنکه از خود آشکارا راز پنهان کرده است. سوم شعبان هلال ماه را بنما نظر، قامتش را خم برای دیدن آن کرده است. گفت پیغمبر حسین از من بود، من از حسین، با من است هر کس که با او عهد و پیمان کرده است. آنکه از بحر وجودش خالق ارض و سما، بر خلیل الله آتش را گلستان کرده است. آنکه نوشید از زبان خاتم مرسل لبن، آنکه با جان مشعل دین را فروزان کرده است. نوح پیغمبر چو بردی نام او را بر زبان، کشتیش را حق نجات از بحر طوفان کرده است. آمد آن یحیی که رأس بیتنش از روی نی، در بر نابخردان اثبات قرآن کرده است. آن حسینی که از فداکاری و جانبازی خود، کاخ استبداد را از پایه ویران کرده است. شکر لله خالق کون و مکان از مرحمت، کربلایی را چنین مداح و ثناخوان کرده است. کربلایی را چنین مداح و ثناخوان کرده است که بر حبیب خدا ختم انبیا صلوات.
خب با تشکر و سپاس فراوان از محترم آقای نظری و از شعر زیبایی که تهیه کرده بودند. There's a lot of noises, my brothers and sisters. All of these representatives, they put a lot of time to find something really good to present to all of you guys, but nobody is paying attention, it looks like. Everybody is having a good time with chai and cake is serving, right? Who cares what's going on over here? Okay, salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. If I can have everyone's attention, this is the last person, and that is nobody else other than Haj Muallim Hamkar. از محترم حاج معلم همکار خواهش میکنم که تشریف بیارن و مطلب را که تهیه کردن به مناسبت امشب به سمع شما برسانن. صلوات علی محمد و آل محمد.
السلام علیکم و رحمت الله و برکاته. یادی از ابا حسین علیه السلام شد، اگرچه هر چند یاد کنیم بازم کم است. ولی میخوایم که یاد امشب از باب الهوایج ابا علیه السلام قمر مای بنی هاشم و وزیر دوستا به خدمتتون عرض کنم. بر محمد و اهل بیت محمد صلوات. بر عالمیان روز نوید است امروز، روی همون مؤمنین سفید است امروز. بر شیعه بشارت که ز الطاف خدا میلاد ابوالفضل رشید است امروز. بر محمد و اهل بیت محمد صلوات. از ری لطف و کرم پروردگار حی داور، نوگلی کردی عطا بر وارث ختم پیامبر. یعنی از ام البنین و شیر حق ساقی کوثر، شد عیان نور رخ زیبای عباس دلاور. آنکه شد ماه بنی هاشم لقب سردار لشکر. آنکه حیدر بوسه میزد بر دو دستان نکویش، بر لب و دندان و بر چشمان و ابرو گلویش ناگهان گشتی سرشکی دیده حضرت برویش زیر لبن شاهدین با خود نمودی گفتگویش کندو دستان نکو روزی جدا گردد ز پیکر با علی ام البنین گفتا که ای سلطان خوبان گویا غمگین شدی از دیدن این ماه تابان عیشه کون و مکان گردیده چشمان تو گریان دست عباس مرا ای بی مگر باشد که انسان اشک غم جاری کنی از دیدگان مانند گوهر شای خوبان چون بدید ام البنین را غم گرفته دیده حق بین او را شبنم ماتم گرفته دامن حبل المتین را زین علم محکم گرفته گویا باس خود را از سلامت کم گرفته گفت ای ام البنین از دست باشد دست حیدر دست عباس نکو باشد زهر عیب مبرم یا ولید خصم عدوان حامی فرزند زهرا لایق این دست باشد پرچم انا فتحنا زین پسر باید کنی شکر خداوند تعالی این دو دست آید به دست فاطمه در روز محشر این دو دست دشمنان خون بر زمین جاری نماید بر حسین تشنه لب نیکو علمداری نماید اهل بیت مصطفی را میر و سرداری نماید خون حق را در زمین کربلا جاری نماید لیکن از جور خسان آخر جدا گردد ز پیکر یا رب جمال مصطفی ختم رسول بر حضرت مرتضی و زهرای بتول بر نور دو چشم ان عزیزان حسنین بخشا گناه ما و طاعت قبول بارا گو پیمبر که علی جان من است هم بجان علی و اسم محمد صلوات
خب با تشکر و سپاس فراوان از محترم حاج معلم همکار و از اجرای زیبایشان صلوات علی محمد و آل محمد اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. Our second session has finished at this point. Unfortunately, we didn't have anybody from the sister side for tonight. Something is going on there. I don't know, but we should have had a representation. Anyway, let's move on with our regular announcements. Please see Brother Ziai Amili and Brother Saeed Razak and pay your monthly donations. This is very important, my brothers and sisters. Everything that you see, what's going on, all these programs is because of your monthly donations. So please, please make sure that you're up to date with those monthly pledges. And due to inflation and everything that has, the prices of food has gone up. So if you can please increase those monthly pledges, it would be greatly appreciated. Again, please check with Brother Ziai Amili and make sure that you're up to date with your monthly pledges, inshallah. With that being said, tomorrow our Taha Islamic School will open at 9:30. So please drop off your student 10 minutes before that time so the class can begin timely. And with that being said, please clean up around yourself. Please help us to keep our masjid clean as much as possible. We're going to have Ajag Mudarris's speech, and right after speech, there's going to be another game, and we will see what Ajag Mudarris has as far as for the game for tonight and which type we will see. But the topic for tonight's speech, if I can have everyone's attention, please. The title of tonight's speech is The Revival, how Imam Hussain alayhi salam and Imam Sajjad alayhi salam breathed life into Islam. I respectfully ask Ajaga Mudaris to come to the podium or to Mumbar, inshallah. Member, inshallah, and we'll finish with a game right afterwards, inshallah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala
بلاش تا به کرب و بلاش الحمدلله الذی خلق الحسین من نور من نور من نور من نور من نور الحمدلله الذی با قرآن ای جان آیات الرحمن ای تفسیر اسمت با قرآن ای جان آیات الرحمن مرج البحرین يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبقيان مريم علی و زهرا لؤلؤ مرجان لؤلؤ حسن و توی تو مرجان ای جان ای جان ای جان مریم علی و زهرا لؤلؤ مرجان لؤلؤ حسن و توی تو مرجان ای جان ای گوهر حق جلوه بی بدل حسین ای جان ای جان ای جان ای جان ای جان ای گوهر حق جلوه بی بدل حسین ای جان ای جان ای جان ای جان ای جان فتراس که نوشته شده یا حسین رو پر پیغام منو میبره تا به کرب و فتراس یا حسین پیغام منو میبره تا به کرب و بلاش تا به کرب و بلاش الحمدلله الذی خلق الحسین من
صدق الله العلی العظیم. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to the straight path and help us to maintain being on the right path with the salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The life of Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam, and as a chronological order, the life of Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam, without a doubt, made a great impact on the path of Islam, on the growth of Islam, and it preserved the message of Islam. And I prove it to you from historical narrative that we have. And that's why tonight's speech, if you want to have a title for it, I believe titles help us to keep our mind, even for me as a speaker, focused on the topic, and also help us to be able to focus more, think about the topic ourselves. So you take what you hear from me and also from what you know from the topic, and ultimately think about it and try to, inshallah, from that reflection, understand and increase your understanding. And that is the revival. What is revival? Is that when we see there is this metaphorical death happens. When you see a religion, a thought, an ideology is dying, you will have people who help to revive that message, meaning bring life, breathe life back into it. And you may say, why we think that Islam was in trouble at the time of Imam. Muawiyah was appointed by the second Khalifa. And people like, if you don't know, this personality is an interesting personality, not from being a positive or honorable personality, interesting from a character perspective. By the name of Khalid ibn Walid, which he was a prominent enemy of the Prophet. Later on, he is now a big player on the expansion of the territories of the Caliphate. From a position of being a very hard-headed enemy of the Prophet before Islam, to the point that if you look at, there's a movie by the name of The Messenger. Mustafa Aqad made that movie. It's one of the, I would say, first movies made about Islam in Hollywood, if not the first one. You see that it's been portrayed that he is the enemy of the Prophet. You can see him everywhere. Until, of course, in the movie shows that eventually he changed side, he became Muslim. And later on again, he is being given the title among the historians who are from Bani Umayyah and later on Bani Abbas. He's being given the title that he was the sword of Islam. And it's interesting, this title, because the title Sayfullah, which means the sword of Allah, is a title given to Ali ibn Abi Talib. So there was a shortage of names to come up with, apparently, to call him the sword of Islam. And then after Prophet's departure and this expansion that took place, we have people coming to power that they are bringing their own version of religion. They're starting having their own mindset and teaching people this is what Islam is about. And this is what, if you look at cancer, what is cancer? Cancer is when a cell malfunctions and it starts growing exponentially to the point that it causes problem, disrupts the body and the health of someone. This became a cancer that after the expansion of territories to Islam, now you have people who are adding things to religion that is not part of the religion. And they have the stamp of approval. Oh, I was appointed by the Caliph. Khalifa appointed me. Even if I drink, even if I'm someone with no modesty, if I do whatever I do, I am a leader. And this is a very problematic ideology which is injected to Islam. Why? Because when you look at Prophet's message is that look at the Prophet, live like him. He is a good example for you. He's a role model for you. Never you see that Prophet said, oh, if you see me make a mistake, don't follow me, only take my good things. No, copy me. Because Allah knows His messenger and what kind of people He appointed to be prophets. That's why Allah says, أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول. من يطع الرسول فقد أطاع الله. Obey the messenger. It's a blank check that Allah gave to His messenger. So you obey me as God, you obey my prophet as well. And the one who obeys the prophet is equivalent of obedience of Allah. So Allah doesn't give this kind of a blank statement about someone who's going to have a lot of flaws in his character. Unless this prophet, we believe he has isma, is infallible, is immaculate. That's our belief. But once we come after prophet, this idea comes that, oh, that those who lead the Islam, they're not prophets, so prophethood is ended. So now fallible people are going to be in charge, so they're going to make mistakes. And with that comes that these mistakes go to the extent of committing major sins. Not, mistake here and there. For example, let's say a mistake is that accidentally they did something they're not supposed to. No, intentionally, I'm going to break the rules of religion. And when you look at me, you should say it's okay. Why? Because I'm in charge. My brothers and sisters, if you look at where we are in Muslim Ummah, and for a reason there is an alternative to that ideology from the past, you see that problem, that cancer exists till this day. This idea it kind of finds its roots to the jurisprudence of some Muslims. That the one who's in charge is in charge no matter how bad and corrupt they are. You cannot do anything about it. You should not do anything about it. You know where's the root of this? After Yazid declared that he is the successor of his father, Muawiyah. Again, I'm still setting up the scene for you. Why Imam al-Hussain and Imam Zayn al-Abidin are those who revived their Islam. Somebody have to argue how Islam was dying that they revived it. I'm telling you how it was dying. Even till right now, you see that this cancer still continues to grow. But there is an antidote to that, which is Imam al-Hussein's message. From that time till now, still that message will be an antidote, will be the cure. If somebody not taking the medication is on them. Imam al-Hussain, Imam Zayn al-Bayt offered it. After Muawiyah died and Yazid declared that I am the successor, there were few fractions. The reaction to that, there was a group of people who gave their allegiance to Yazid. They said, okay, yeah, he's not the best of people. Well, what can we do? He has an army, we have nothing, it's tough. Okay, we just give our allegiance. Allegiance means that we are approving of his leadership by writing letters, by shaking his hand, by sending our allegiance and loyalty of our tribe, whatever was the way. That's one group. Who are the people? People like Abdullah ibn Umar, the son of second Khalifa, he did that. These are part of history. He did it. You have another faction like Abdullah ibn Zubayr, which are the Zubayr's son. He wants to be in charge himself. He said, no, why Yazid? It should be me. I'm qualified. He has his tribe support. He got his region. This is all about power. I'm going to be in charge. And you have people like who are followers of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. There are multiple Abdullah in this story, by the way. Ibn Mas'ud, he has some people, some followers. He is a prophet's companion, by the way, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. He has some people who followed him. He did not approve of Yazid, but he told people not to go against him either. We're not against him or neither in favor of him. Just leave him. And even he said, you cannot go against him because he's in charge. And then you have Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam who publicly declared, I'm not going to give allegiance to Yazid. No one like Hussein will give allegiance to the like of Yazid. Blank statement, no. It's not about power, it's just no. Right now, I said it before, if you look at during the Black Lives Matter movement, there were some Muslims who were partaking in it. Many MSAs, many Muslim organizations tried to be part of it. There were some speakers that according to their understanding of Islam, they said and they told to the student, you cannot protest against the injustice or let's call it, refer to it as prejudice or discrimination. It's wrong to go against even the one who's in charge. Even if they are corrupt, you cannot go against it. Similar, they talk about Arab Spring, when many people in many nations that were standing up against corrupt rulers and tyrants. They said, no, you cannot go. Yes, your ruler is a dictator, is a tyrant person, but you cannot stand up. Why? Because the roots of our way of understanding of Islam says you cannot go against whoever is in charge. So stay and survive till this day. That person at the time was Yazid. Right now is some king, some royalty. You cannot go against him. So you may say, what's the relevance of this topic? It is still relevant. Because this ideology is like a cancer, putting people who are not qualified in charge. And that become a problem. To give sacredness and holiness to the people who don't deserve it. This is a problem. Our deen says that credit goes to the people who deserve the credit. Someone that they should, and they must be respected, they should deserve that respect. And Allah recognizes that. For example, when it comes to the Ahlul Bayt, I talked about this in the Imam Kadhim alayhi salam Shahada. I'm not going to repeat. In the case of Imam Kadhim alayhi salam, they tried to change the definition of who are the family of the Prophet, Ahlul Bayt. Ahlul Bayt are not everyone related to Prophet. All due respect to Sadat, Sadat are not Ahlul Bayt. Ahlul Bayt are specifically, when we begin, we talk about Fatima to Zahra, Ali ibn Abi Talib, Hassan and Hussain, the 5, and then later on the 12 Imams that we have, which are the 9 children of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. 12 of them are Imams, 2 of them are Masum, total of 14. These are Ahlul Bayt. Anyone outside this are not Ahlul Bayt. Why? Because the Ahlul Bayt, the Quran talks about, إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ لِيُذْهِبَ عَنْكُمُ الرِّجْسَ Ahlul Bayt. These Ahlul Bayt are purified from any corruption. You're pure. Because you are related to Prophet, because you're a cousin of the Prophet, because your wife is related to Prophet. As I said, Yazid was saying that I'm related to Prophet. My aunt was Prophet's wife. I'm Ahlul Bayt too. And from the beginning, Rasulullah was going to the house of Ali and Fatima and recite this ayah. إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ لِيُذْهِبَ عَنْكُمْ رِجْسَ أَهْلِ الْبَيْتِ. Verse 33 is an easy verse to memorize. 33, Surah 33, verse 33. And he would recite it, we have for 6 months, some said longer. He would go every day and recite this ayah, pointing at the house of Ali and Fatima. But after Prophet, intentionally this definition wanted to be changed. And that is a problem. Why? Because then you have people who are related to Prophet, but they're not qualified. Now they have a claim on power. And Imam Hussain stood against this. He said that not everyone deserves to be in that position. That is a position of a prophet of God. The one who comes to succeed the prophet should be someone worthy. And the worthiness is not based on age. Worthiness is not based on which tribe you're from. Worthiness doesn't come from your nepotism, your relationship with the prophet. The worthiness comes from your actions. And that's why Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, they would always challenge people. Tell us that if you know someone better, Bismillah, offer. Imagine how low society went to that Hussain alayhi salam has to prove himself against Yazid, a drunk man, a vicious sadist. You have to stand against that person, not someone who at least have some understanding. And unfortunately, society got used to it, because how long it had been since Prophet died until Karbala? Anybody knows how many years? 50 years. 50 years. 10th after Hijrah is when Prophet ﷺ passed away. 61 after Hijrah is the Karbala. So 50 years, it's a while. So 50 years, things change. So when the Karbala comes, you have a time that people, unfortunately, even within the family of Imam Hussain, yes, Bani Hashim, 18 of them were martyred in Karbala, yes. But many of the Bani Hashim related to Imam Hussain didn't come with him from Medina. Many of them decided not to support Imam Hussain. Because they thought, we are the Ahlul Bayt. They are the one in a position, rather than listening to the Imam, right? So Imam is the one that leads. What's the meaning of the word Imam? Leader. And the word in the Quran, the word Imam means lead, the one who lead. So the one who lead, you don't tell him what to do. He's the one leading. Especially when it comes to the matter of your faith. If you know better, are you connected to something that the Imam is not connected to? How you know better than the Imam? We believe that Imams did not receive revelation. You're right. But we believe there are mukhtalaf al-malaika. Imam, they receive angels, not wahi, not Jibreel, not revelation in that sense, but they're being connected. The same way Maryam salamullah alayha was not a prophet, but she would speak to angels. So don't doubt that in our understanding, Imam Ali, Imam al-Hasan, Imam Hussain, they were in connection with angels because of their status, because of their faith. Mukhtalaf al-malaika. This is where angels descend on them. But they don't have revelation. They do not have holy books or anything, because everything is already completed. Wahi is completed by Prophet. Right now, Imam's project is to teach the Wahi to people, to preserve and protect the Wahi and revelation. Wahi means revelation, by the way. So in such a difficult time, Imam Hussain is dealing with his own family members who are not aware of the status of the Imam. So rather than Imam said, okay, we're going toward Kufa, let's go stand against Yazid. What they say? Don't go. Stay. They're advising Imam Hussain what to do. Who are these people who say don't go? Some of them are cousins of Imam Hussain, related to Imam Hussain. And for Imam Hussain to continue his way, only few stand on his side to prove a point. To expose one of the biggest scam of the history. That anybody can be leader is not a big deal. Who cares if Yazid is in charge? And Imam shows that this project has an end goal, and the end goal is destruction of deen to begin with. That when the head of Imam Hussain is delivered to Yazid, he will start reciting poetry. Ala ya ayyuha as-saqi adil ka'san wa nawilha. Some said he did that, or other poetry. That the translation is that I wish, as he was drinking wine. This is Amir al-Mu'mineen according to that school of thought who are against Ahlul Bayt. Commander of the faithful is drinking wine and reciting poetries that I wish my ancestors who were killed in Badr as they fought against Prophet Muhammad. His ancestors, they died fighting against Islam. Now that person, you say, okay, so who cares? His ancestors made a mistake, so why we should blame him? You're right. If he would have believed that, okay, I'm not following the path of my ancestors. But his words are, I wish my ancestors were alive to see that I avenged them. These are the words of Yazid in poetry. And Imam Hussain has to breathe life to this kind of Islam. To bring that the authority come from the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you follow him because I am the one who's approving him. I want you to think about this once again. You know, many places that Ali ibn Abi Talib, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussain, they were pushed aside. Nobody can argue that these people are the best of people. I want you to think about it. Who is Ali ibn Abi Talib? All Muslims believe in this. Ali ibn Abi Talib is the one that Prophet in many occasions said things about him that he did not say about anyone else. Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas, he's known as the warrior who conquered Persia. Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas. Again, he was appointed as a commander of the Muslim army to expand Muslim territory toward Persian Empire. He is the father of Amr ibn al-As. Amr ibn al-As is advisor of Muawiyah. So Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas, he has a statement that Muawiyah asked him one day. He said, curse Ali. Curse Ali. Everyone around him as you refer to them as the flies around the sweets, those who are around them to get something, they start cursing Imam Ali. The only one who refuses is Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas. He looked at him, got upset. He said, I'm the one who appointing you for this position. I'm giving you what you have. I'm the one who's basically praising you left and right, and now I'm telling you to do something, you're not doing it. Curse Ali. Say something about Ali ibn Abi Talib. And he said, until I'm alive, I will never say a bad word about Ali. He said, why? He said, I was ready to give everything I have to only have one of the qualities that Ali ibn Abi Talib had. And then he started mentioning some of those qualities. Among those qualities that he mentioned is that he was the one in the day of Khandaq, or the known as Battle of Ahzab, that when the warrior of the pagans was asking for an opponent, everybody was scared. Nobody was going forward. Again, that's why we should know history of Islam, by the way. If you don't know Khandaq and Battle of Ahzab, this was a battle that all the enemies of Islam, they were united to destroy Prophet and Muslims in Medina. So they put all their resources together to destroy Islam. If you don't know what Khandaq means, Khandaq is a trench. Amr ibn Abdul was the great warrior of Arab. He asked for anyone, nobody went. Again, the fear started to spread throughout the army of Muslims, until Imam Ali alayhi salam was the one who came forward. At that time, one of the youngest companions of the Prophet. And once he defeated him, Prophet said this, ضربة علي في يوم الخندق أفضل من عبادة الثقلين. So I was there, and I know that Prophet said about Ali, and I wish I had everything that I had to give exchange with this one. The Prophet said that the strike of Ali on that day and what he did for the advancement of Islam, the value of that strike is greater than the worship of the jinn and ins. So it was exaggeration. Don't blame us. A messenger of God said it. Rasulullah said it. Is it too much? Allah and His messenger knows. No, it's not. If it was, Allah and messenger would not say it. So why he was pushed aside with all these qualities? Why? Simply because a new understanding of Islam was being pushed. You can be a Muslim and don't do this, and be a Muslim and do that. And Imam Hussain stood against that. Said, no, their authority is Allah and the Quran and the Prophet. And then after the Prophet, you cannot say, I do my own thing to Islam. No. This is the way the path of Islam should survive. You cannot alter it, you cannot change it. Once again, right now, every single Muslim knows drinking wine is haram. How can you call yourself Khalifa of Muslimin and drink? How can you justify it? Imagine, worse than drinking is somebody to drink it and say it's okay. That's a big deal. And let's put aside that how many innocent people were killed and tortured, imprisoned because they didn't like them. So Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and then after Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam, lived at this time, at this kind of era. When Imam Zain al-Abidin became the next Imam, because his birthday was yesterday, I wanted to know how madhloom and oppressed our fourth Imam is, because at least about Imam Hussain we hear in Muharram, in Ashura we hear about it. But Imam Zain al-Abidin is one of those Imams that unfortunately we just heard that he was sick in the day of Ashura and he was marid and that's it. When in reality he was an Imam for 34 years after Karbala. 34 years. And how tough was his time? Even tougher in some sense than Imam Hussein's time. Why? Because we had that when Imam Hussain was returned to Medina, history said that the number of his followers did not match the number of one hand. Means his companions were less than 5. Some say it was 4, some say it was 3. Out of these 4 or 5 or 3, again there are different numbers, 2 of them were killed for what? Imagine. Because Bani Umayyah said they love Ali. They are Alawi. Alawi means you love Ali or you love the family of Ali. For that reason, they were to the point that they were mutilated. I don't want to elaborate their kids here. Imagine they did not die an easy death. Why they were mutilated? Because they were suspicious to be associated with Ali. This is Imam Zain al-Abidin's time. Yahya ibn Tawil is the one that was known to be a follower of Imam Zain al-Abidin. He was killed. Sa'id ibn Jubair was another one, again killed. Tortured to death. This is the time Imam Zain al-Abidin is leading. And how he revived this. Remember, the problem is that now people don't look at Ahlul Bayt as someone that they should learn from. Oh, they are Ahlul Bayt, and also there are other people who are Ahlul Bayt. So in their eyes, why Muhammad ibn Hanafiya later on, we have an ideology grew after him, right? If you don't know, Muhammad ibn Hanafiya was Imam Ali's son. His brother of, we can call it a half brother because their mother were different, of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. But Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, he did not come to Karbala. They said he was disabled, he was blind, he wasn't able to go. But later on, people followed him as an imam. An entire ideology grew after him. Why? Because the idea was he is Imam Ali's son. So everybody who's related to Ali and to Ahlul Bayt, they are Ahlul Bayt. The confusion is there. And Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam is dealing with this, that everybody look at Imam Ali, okay, there are other related people to Prophet and you're one of them. But it took 34 years for the light of Imam Zain al-Abidin to shine. Not because he didn't have that light. He had that light. But there were so many distractions. There are so many people who also say, we are Ahlul Bayt. Until, imagine, you don't have a page to promote him. And you cannot really promote Imam Zain al-Abidin. Why? Because just said it, two of his companions, they were tortured to death. So you cannot really talk about him. You cannot promote him. You cannot praise him. What is it? You have to just let the speed of life just do its own thing. Eventually people just watch. To the point that his enemies, to the point that people who are not even Shia, they give him the title of Zain al-Abidin, the beauty of the worshipper. Zain al-Abidin was not given to him by his Shias. As I say, he didn't have that many to begin with. People who were not even Shia, they saw how much of worship. Beauty of the worshipper, the master of prostrators, Sayyid al-Sajjadin. And this light slowly find its way. That people recognize, oh, this is a different, he's the real deal. Other people have fluctuation in their faith. One day they pray a lot, one day they're busy, one day in a wedding they forget their salat, one day they have some trouble, financial trouble. But this person doesn't matter. He lost his father, his brother, still he's devout. You go through all this and still he's devout. 34 years he performed, 20 times he performed Hajj. 20 times. 1,000 units of prayers of him was known. The sadness of that, we don't have that many narration from Imam Zain al-Abidin. Why? Because people don't go to him. And you made a mess that everybody claimed to be a leader now. Everybody opened their business now that they claim they know Islam. And Imam Zain al-Abidin cannot teach Islam because, as I said, he is under constant surveillance. If anyone is associated with him, he will be killed. So what are you going to do? You're just going to do your own thing. You're an imam. And people watch and start writing. Who is Ali ibn Hussain? Oh, he is a man. He went 20 times with the same camel to Hajj. He didn't change his camel, same camel. And not even once he used his whip to hit the animal. As if that he was telling the animal what to do and the animal was obedient 20 times. This comes from people's observation. If they knew that he was an imam, he is the one who has the knowledge, the wisdom, he is the one that Allah appointed to be that would have been a different story. But now he is just someone like everyone else. And it take him 20 years to notice that. Years to notice it. that he cannot even teach the fiqh directly. So he goes to Hajj, because as you know, as a musafir, as a traveler, when you go in trips, nafila, the mustahab salat of dhuhr and asr, is removed. So you don't have to do nafila, you shouldn't do nafila. When your salat becomes 2 rak'at, no nafila. But that is a fiqhi matter. Nobody comes to ask Imam Zainul Abidin, is that the rule? What is that? How they learn? They went to Hajj with Imam and they saw that when they're traveling to Hajj, a man who prays 1,000 rakat of salat on other occasion, as a traveler in Hajj, he doesn't do nafila when it comes to Dhuhr and Asr. So it's not that he doesn't have in mood, he is Sayyid al-Sajidin. Oh, there's something going on. Slowly, Imam alayhi salam brought the true fiqh, the true jurisprudence, until Imam Baqir and Imam Sadiq were able to teach when the opportunity was provided. Now people look at, oh, this is son of Ali ibn al-Hussain. We know them now. They go to Imam Zainul Abidin's son and his grandson asking question, what is the fiqh says about this? How to do Hajj? And remember, when people come to me and ask me this question, why we cannot have lobsters? Why that kind of fish is haram? Where in the Quran Allah said it? And I tell them it's hadith. Oh, it's hadith. Remember that hadith, the way it survived, the blood of Abu Abdullah Hussain, the blood of every single Imam, was a way to ensure that hadith get to us. Why? Because otherwise, look at the Quran. Quran said, "Kulu min tayyibati ma razaqnakum." Eat from the pure that we provided for you. Tayyib means pure. What is the pure? Everyone open a business, they tell you this is what pure is. This is in my opinion. Everything is pure. So they think it's like some court law that, it's innocent until proven guilty. They think, everything is halal. But we have a hadith for that this is tayyib, this is not tayyib. This is pure, this is not pure. But there are more to be said on this, but I'm going to inshallah conclude. In summary, just a glimpse of what Imam al-Hussain and Imam Zainul Abidin went through, a setting of their society they with, and some of, as I said, the repercussion of that ideology survived till now. And you may say, as I said, if they revive the religion, why still that misguidance exists? Why that wrong ideology exists? Because as long as there are people not always embrace the truth. For the same reason our Prophet came, he brought Islam. Inna ad-deen inda Allah al-Islam. This Islam, of course, doesn't mean religion of Islam. It means submission to Allah. But the same way some decided not to follow Islam. They stayed Christian, they stayed other religion. You cannot say everybody. Same with Ahlul Bayt. They revived the religion, but it doesn't mean everybody listened. But the same way Prophet changed the lives of billions of people, Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam and Imam Zainul Abidin also changed the life of many Muslims. And we should be grateful. We should know more about them. That if today you have a hadith saying, Qala al-Baqir, Imam al-Sadiq said this, imagine you can put any of the Imam's name there, and it's as if they said it. If they would have had the chance, they would have. Because unfortunately, the way you have preservation of teaching is either through students, scholars, conversation, discussions. Otherwise, who's going to know? Right? How? If tonight you're here listening to me, if you were sitting in your house enjoying your TV or enjoying your phone and whatever you were watching, would you listen to this? No. So the only way message get there is when people listen. When people accept that this is something worthy. And Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, that's why in the ziyarat that we have for Imam Hussain, most of the ziyarat of Imam Hussain and Hazrat Abbas is from who? From Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. So why? Why they waited on? Because it was not possible. If you were associated with Ali alayhi salam, you were killed. Imagine you want to go to ziyarat of Hazrat Abbas and recite ziyarat. until Imam Ja'far Sadiq was able, there was a bit of room for breathing to teach the Ahlul Bayt about the type of sacrifice they made. Assalamu alayka ayyuha al-abdu salih. May peace and blessing of Allah be upon the righteous servant of Allah, which was Abbas alayhi salam. And Abbas alayhi salam, he's the one who recognized who are the Ahlul Bayt. He didn't say, I'm the son of Ali, so I'm one of the Ahlul Bayt. Why Abbas stands out? There's so many other Sayyids. There's so many other half-brother. As I said, Muhammad ibn Hanafiya is also half-brother of Imam Hussain. Why we don't know about Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, but everybody knows the name Abbas. Because Abbas was the one that everybody give credit to him. He was the brave one. He was the one who had all the qualities that the Arab was looking for. He had the beauty, he was handsome, he was eloquent in his words, he had the strength, he was a warrior, he had all the check marks that you want in a person that the Arab would honor and respect you. But the moment Hassan and Hussain were there, he was quiet. Sitting, not saying. You can look entire history, you will not find one word from Abu al-Fadl Abbas when Imam Hussain and Imam al-Hassan are speaking. He doesn't introduce himself as an alternative. He said, I am here just a follower. He is the Imam. He is the Ahlul Bayt, I'm a follower. And that's why in the day of Ashura, Imam al-Hussain said about him, Binafsi ant. May I be sacrificed for you, my brother Abbas. That you're one in a million. You're one of a kind. May Allah inshallah grant us the tawfiq of understanding the sacrifices that Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam made for this message to get to us. That we have a version of Islam that has the stamp of approval of Allah, Prophet, Quran, and his family, Ahlul Bayt. As I said, sometimes partial knowledge could be more dangerous than no knowledge. And once you have it, Allah, Prophet, Quran, Ahlul Bayt. That is the image, that is the perfect balance. That is the one that has all the pieces that you need for salvation. As Prophet said, لَن تَضِلُّوا بَعْدِ. You will never be misguided. This is a hadith narrated by Prophet. From Prophet by multiple sources of Muslims. Kitab Allah wa itrati ahl bayt. As I said, the sadness is that they try to change the word Ahlul Bayt to something else. It doesn't exist in their main books. The word is itrati ahl bayt. Unfortunately, I talked to some of our brothers and sisters in other school of thought, they don't know. So Prophet said, Kitab Allah wa sunnati. So Bismillah, go look into your books. There's a website right now, Muslim, Bukhari, all of them, you can keyword. You can put it, look it up, where a Prophet said. Yes, what they say is one thing, what is written is another. Kitab Allah wa itrati ahl bayt. So once the moment that doesn't work, oh, Ahlul Bayt are everyone who's related to Prophet. That's another way. But our answer is not only a religious answer, it's a logical answer. The logic of it is Ahlul Bayt are those who are qualified. It's not a blood relation that qualifies you. It's not your relation to Prophet that you're related to him that makes you a good person. What makes you a good person is your iman. Impeccable faith and submission to Allah. And if you find someone, and I always challenge everyone, find someone better submitted to Allah than Ali. Bismillah, I will be the first to follow you. You tell me there's someone more submitted to Allah, taslim to Allah than Ali. Everything else is a secondary argument. If you talk about Sahaba, and I said, find a better Sahaba than Ali, I will be the first to follow you. But if until I have the best quality, why should I go to another quality? Why? What logic we have? Which one of you go on Amazon and you look at the reviews, which are very subjective, and you find it for 1-star review? Oh, I want to, experiment a bit and see why they give. Maybe they're really haters, right? 1 star. And the stars that Allah gave to Ali ibn Abi Talib are not subjective. Is Allah and His Messenger gave him those stars. The first to believe in him, Ali. The one who defended Prophet when people ran away, Ali. The one who put his life in line, his sword in service, Ali. The one who never argued with the Prophet, always obedient to Allah and His Prophet, Ali. The one who was born in the house of Allah and died in the house of Allah. Anything is again argument. Give me a good equivalent of Nahjul Balagha, then we talk. Challenge Nahjul Balagha, bring something similar. Not better, if not similar. And same with Sayfi Sajjadiyah. The reason we love Ahlul Bayt is not because they are children of Prophet, no. They are the chosen one that Allah chose. إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ لِيُذْهِبَ عَنْكُمُ الرِّجْسَ أَهْلَ الْبَيْتِ. Rijs means any impurity, any uncleanliness, any flaw. These are the ones that Allah purified. Why Allah did it? Because we need good leaders. Otherwise, the story is what we see with the corrupt leaders and politicians. We have the disasters we have. Religion is no government to run. Religion is the way of peoples to akhirah, hereafter. Here, if you choose the wrong president, what happens? There's some problems, inflation, I don't know whatever it is in dunya. But if you have a bad leader in your deen and akhirah, hereafter, your entire eternity is going to be condemned. And Allah is wise. Allah is just. From introducing someone who is full of flaws to misguide people and then hold people accountable why you were misguided. For the honor of Ali ibn Abi Talib, for the honor of Imam al-Hasan, Imam al-Hussain, and the Ahlul Bayt, the 12 Imams of the Ahlul Bayt, recite a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And all we said again is not to offend anyone, God forbid, is not to disrespect anyone, is to understand why we believe in what we believe. Otherwise, we owe it to ourselves. Okay, why I am a Muslim and why my Islam goes through Prophet to Ali and then to Hassan, Hussain, Zain al-Abidin, all the way to Imam Mahdi. I should know why. Why? Because you owe it to yourself. Otherwise, if I'm just blindly following because my dad is, my mom is, I'll be in big trouble. Because as soon as somebody asks a question that I don't know the answer to, I think, oh, I've been doing it all wrong. Assuming that all this practice has been coming from, God forbid, superstition. No, everything that we believe in, if you study, if you learn, if you ask questions, it becomes clear. And Allah promised, ask guidance from me, I'll provide guidance. Yahdi man yasha. Anyone who wants guidance, Allah will provide. We will inshallah have a Kahoot game. Give me 5 minutes until I set up the game inshallah. And I think probably we need to kind of move this decoration for the screen to be visible. So be ready inshallah with the salawat.